video, we talked a little bit about the site. We've kind of got our site together. We've got some basketball court outlines. We've got some spots for, natural garden areas and playground areas and that kind of thing, and a plaza that kind of ties it all together. And we could draw all of this ourselves. We could, start from scratch. It would take us, weeks and weeks probably to finish it, or we could use some of the things that we've talked about in class. We could download full playground designs from Landscape Structures. There's lots of brands that have these models. They want you to specify their product. They make it really easy on you. One of the things that I like about downloading the files themselves is that you get to manipulate them, so you can place them and then make them your own. The other place to look is at 3D Warehouse. I'm using the online version. There's also a way to just import models directly into your file. I don't love to do it that way. You can just go to File 3D Warehouse and or import, and there's a way to get the models in there, but it's not as easy to manipulate them than versus if you download them and place them yourselves. So I'm going to, let's see, I like a lighter model. And you can see here it's got the like 1.5 megabytes. I don't really want that one. That one's too detailed for me. I don't want something that's going to slow down the model too much. So I think for my purposes, I kind of like the look of this one. I don't care that it's geolocated, which let's see. I think for our purposes, let's just go with this one. We're going to download the SketchUp file, and then I can X out of that because I don't need it anymore. And I had downloaded some of the play structures prior, so those are actually in the folder. And we've got our resources folder open here, project one, resources, SketchUp, and then I'm going to go to my downloads and drag over this basketball hoop. I know we've got that. So I'm just going to open some of these, and it'll take just a second thinking about it. Let's do basketball hoop. Let's do park equipment. Oh, and then I have park fields in here. So it looks like we might actually have a basketball court that we can use. And we'll open the plants too. And as those are loading, street furniture, street lamps, trees. And we'll just hit OK to all of this. And then we can start placing these things really quickly. And we'll just get going on it. Okay. So first things first, let's do, looks like I do have a finished basketball court here. I am going to, if you can see, this is the model with all of the fields in it. It's called Park Field SketchUp. This is a resource that we have in the file. But here we have a basketball court. And you can see it looks a little funny. That's because it's in parallel projection. So I'm going to put it into perspective. I'm going to use this Zoom extents to get me to where I want to be. This looks pretty good. I'm going to just copy it. I'm going to edit, copy. And then I'm going to open up this component. Now I'm in the component and I'm going to delete this. See how I deleted all of them? And then I'm going to paste it. And it's the wrong, oh, see how it pasted all of it. I'm going to turn it. I want it to be 90 degrees. So it's a little, it's not, the angle isn't working for me. So I'm going to click in there and I'm just going to hit 90 and hit enter. And that gave me the angle that I wanted. And then I'm going to move this up here. And then you can see it's a little bit wider than what I had planned for it. So I'm going to move these down. I'm going to delete them actually. And then I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to copy and paste. And I'm just Control C, Control V, C, Control V. And now I want to have, and you see it's like it's a little goofy looking, and that is partially because it's on top of this site. So it might be time for us to start drawing on the actual site drawing. So let's explode this. I'm gonna, oops, I'm gonna copy and paste all of this. Make sure I got it all. I'm gonna like, edit, or I'm gonna cut it, pardon me, cut. And then I'm gonna delete this because I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna open the site and I'm gonna hit edit, paste in place. And now I don't really want this to be in a group. So I'm going to explode this group. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle. So I'm going to hit the R button and I'm going to draw a rectangle around these. And now that's a separate piece. I'm going to hide this. I right clicked on it. I'm going to hit hide. And I'm just going to delete that right out of there because I don't really want it. And then I'm going to hit edit, unhide. And now I think I want to put a fence around my basketball court. I think I want it to be like an 8-foot fence. So I'm going to hit the L button. And when I get the blue, I know I'm going vertical and just going to hit 8 feet. And I'm going to do that I'm going to hit L 8 feet and it should snap to 8 feet pretty easily. And you can see it start to draw um, the court or pardon me, the fence on the other ones too. So now I'm drawing a fence and you can see it drew like kind of enclosed it. I don't want that top part, so I'm going to be deleting that. And you can see it just deleted it for all of it. And then I want this to be chain link. So I triple clicked it and I'm gonna hit the bucket tool. And there's a couple of default in here. If I go to landscaping, and it looks a little bit different depending on what program you're in. But I want it to be a little bit nicer than chain link, so I'm just going to use that kind of fence. You can see that's like, I don't know, that looks a little goofy. So I'm going to reset this. I clicked on it. So I'm in one of them and I'm going to hit texture position. This is going to give me some options and it's going to let me kind of position this. That's like too tall, so I'm going to come. Takes a little bit of finesse, but you'll get it. Looks pretty good to me. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that for the others in just a minute. But for the time being, for now, what I want to do is I also want to place that basketball hoop. So I'm done with this. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to save the changes to it. I'm going to open the basketball hoop. Let's see. And I've got the basketball hoop. And I'm going to cut, or I'm sorry, copy. And then I'm just going to paste it in here. I'm going to use this. It's on the move tool. And I'm just going to kind of paste it. I want the midpoint to be on the midpoint here. And then I'm going to use this tool right here to flip it around. So you see it's facing the wrong way. I'm just going to click on this green one and then it'll move into the right one. And then I'm going to have to move it again. So I just hit the move tool, the M. It's being a little goofy. I just want to make sure that I've got it at the right spot. And I'm using my roll bar, and when I orbit, I'm just pressing that roll bar in and dragging it around. So there, now I have that. And if I hit edit, copy, edit, paste in place, I should be able to go to the midpoint here and using my rotate tool, so the Q, I can get to that midpoint here, midpoint. If I can just come up here and rotate it around 180, it should give me my other basketball hoop. So now I've got basketball courts. Those are done. Easy, easy. And let's pause there for a second.